Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Patreon exclusive, guys. Welcome back. So I'm playing my GSOR Tier 9 British Light Tank. I'm starting to like this one a lot more. When I first went through the line, this one I considered the worst at tier. But now that I've played so many Tier 10s, and I still enjoy the Mana Core, the other tanks in this line, but this one's starting to grow on me a little bit. And I just find that the light tanks at Tier 9 are a lot more fun than the Tier 10 light tanks. Why? Well, Tier 10 light tanks get a lot of Tier 10 only battles. At Tier 9, you're going to get a lot more of things like this, where you're the top dog. And you can do a little bit more, even in a light tank, than you would with a light tank at Tier 10. So we see this EBR coming in. I'm not going to take any shots. He'll spot me. I don't want to really be seen. What I'm trying to get is a little bit of assist damage on these guys. I'm kind of looking around going, guys, is anyone going to shoot? Well, nobody really went up to the sniper hill. If you look back, only the Oni's going there. The Oni. So only the Oni is going up to this. Yikes. I didn't notice that the first time I played this game. That's pretty funny, actually. This is going to be a good game for me right here. But we're going to talk about light tank, passive, and active scouting. You can see that I've got the UDES lit up. I've got the FL10 raging around. I've got the EBR90 raging around. Now I'm just going to take a little look. And I take a poke at the UDES, hoping I can hit him. And I do not get spotted because I did not have line of sight to the two light tanks. And this 90 is just doing what EBRs do, raging around the middle. There's a little spotting, so we get 519 to kick this thing off. Considered maybe shooting at him, but right now, too many guns in the game. There's artillery. Never mind, I just changed my mind. Tried to sneak one in on him because I figured I was probably going to be moving relatively soon. Unfortunately, it bounces off the magic armor of the EBR. So whether that was a weird angle, I got into one of the tires, hit too low on the tires. Who knows exactly what happened right there. So we'll get back into this bush, and I was like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy. And he moved just as I was about to fire. That would have got me spotted, so it might have been good that I actually didn't take this shot. And we got this Leo up here, and now I'm just going to take some shots at him. I don't see the EBR, so I suspect he's not close enough to spot me. He's not raging around in the middle. The Leo's kind of hanging out. I'm going to try to take another shot on this dude. That looks like it hit, so I think it did. Couple pixel sniping events right there. And now we've got these guys. So this spot can actually shoot across to, as you can see, the guys at A and B, 4 or 5. It's not a bad spot for that. There is some terrain there. They're not easy shots. A little bit of pixel sniping and hunting right there. I'm watching what's going on behind me down below because I'm hoping I might be able to get in there and help. But there's this Leo. He's just really being very, very foolish where he's positioned himself. I'll back out of that. That should have got me spotted, but interestingly, the EBR must have been behind terrain just as I fired. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have a shot on him there, but he gets away from me there as well. It's not looking great in the north, but it is 4-4, so not terrible. And nothing's really broken open yet for me to make a big move. The Oni is in the middle. And like I said, we're going to talk about a little active and passive. For now, we're just basically hiding out here. People are getting mad that I'm not scouting, but of course I'm controlling the middle. And there's no place for me to go. Right? On this map, for a scout, there's no real place for a scout to go other than here or help either up in the north or down the south. But then I start to see this happening up in the north, and that makes me think, all right, this is going to be bad. Let's back up here a bit and see if we can get some sniper shots on these guys. There goes the wheeled tank, and we get lucky with a shot. But I'm going to back off the edge because now those guys own the north, and I don't want shots coming back at me. After I was lit, I'll go ahead and go dark, and now we'll move back up, and we can use the bushes here. And watch for them to come into the middle. The Su-130, we got an Oni, a T-29, I think it is. Is that two of our Tier 7 heavies? T-49, sorry. So they're locking down that north there. It's unlikely the EBR is going to beat those two. I'm kind of watching what's going on. And now I'm thinking, all right, well, I'm going to have to go north and kind of help this. But the good news is that the Tiger C gets out into the open. That helps me out. This thing's got kind of bad reload. It takes quite a long time to reload. And then I'm late to go to APCR, and I believe that lets this guy get away from me. I should have selected that earlier. Oh, maybe I will get the shot. I don't remember. There we go. I do get the shot, and down he goes. Now we're going to get out of here because that should have got me lit, but it didn't. So I was thinking about going down to help the guys on the ramp, but we still got a problem up to the north. So we'll come off of that. Take a quick look in the center. My concern with moving across here into that area and getting more active is taking shots from behind. There is a Sturv and one other TD up there, Scorpion, I believe. Yep, it is the Scorpion. Stir's lit. I'm not looking at him. I probably should have been. There we go. He backs off. The E75 is nearly dead. And I really thought the ramp had this kind of dicked, but they're going to do kind of poorly there. They're taking sniper shots. That Sturv is a hard one to dig out of there. And our artillery is dead. Probably a result of the EBR getting back in there. So I've got to do something about this. We'll make a move. The Oni and the T-49 are locked down. They don't feel like they can move on the IS-3A. I don't know. What is the Oni's hit points? Is he just sitting there like a Muppet? Well, he could get clipped out by the IS-3, so I come up here and find him. So we'll give him a little poke. But now I'm sandwiched by him and the TD, so I really need to get down low again. Go ahead and try to disappear. So that'll just be a hit and run. We'll head off this way. Try to avoid getting artillery. Try to avoid getting TD'd. Come up here and take a look. You can see that the ramp is not doing great. So now we're more into the active scouting idea, kind of being that maneuverable sniper, getting in and out, taking shots, and then moving. There's the IS-3 is kind of busy now. So he's forgotten about me. I ran away. He's not staring at me, so I'll sneak up here and get another shot on him. I see him shoot at those guys. He's looking at me, so I do not want to poke again. If I reloaded faster, I might have got in there. But remember, he's an autoloader, so I don't know how many shells he had. That was very lucky. So those snipers up behind me are now taking shots at me. Now we've got to get in here and just get rid of this IS-3. There we go. We'll head up this way and hopefully avoid getting hit again. Nope, we don't. So there's that Sturv, nice accurate gun. Finally gets a piece of me. Exactly what I was worried about. So we clear off that north spot, and now I'm just going to power slide around. That's one of the tricks on your active scouting and moving around. Just go in one direction, wait till you're dark, and spin around and head the other. That just keeps them guessing. They last saw me headed south, and now I'm headed north. So their best SA is I was headed south. E75, as you can tell, the guys on the ramp did not do a really great job. They kept trying to push into a Sturv up there, which was very stupid. They should have just pulled back and tried to go at this in a different way. It wouldn't have mattered if one E75 had come down that ramp. They could have posted somebody up. It's not like the Oni was going to do anything except for camp. Anyway, he is still back there with all those guys. This is fine for me to get up here. The problem is if I find any kind of numbers and they manage to see me, I'm in big trouble because I just don't have any guns to help me. So I'm going to come up here and go back to passive for a minute. I can control this top part of the map as far as vision goes for a while. If they come at me, I'm going to have to back out of this bush and run away because I just don't have any guns. And I'm kind of watching what's going on with the heavies down there at the cap, and I'm thinking, what are you guys doing? They were all headed south. Looks like maybe now they're posting up and worried about the E75, and the T-49 does us all a favor, gets in there and gets that near dead, but he runs into the Scorpion, unfortunately. And now we see the Hellcat, so I'm going to pull back into the bush, take a shot. I was lucky because I was double bushed based on that other bush right in front of me. I'm trying to do this without getting seen. He just gets away. I don't quite have the shot. More than likely, he would have seen me there. Clearly, he knows I'm there because they took a hit, and you see that he peeled off. The Scorpion goes down to the T-49, who wins that fight, which is awesome. And now we've got a scout on each side, and the two heavies who I don't, again, I don't know. The 4502, I think, was on the ramp and came all the way back to the cap, and the Oni has basically not left the southwest side of that hill for any significant amount of time, but finally they're coming, and that is what I'm waiting for at this point before I go pushing in. There's no real sense in me getting up in there and spotting guys right now. We don't have any artillery, and nobody's in a position to get shots. We still have 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Very doubtful the 103 will move. It is maybe likely, or it's potential, that he'll get up into this flat area up here. So that's possible. So I would expect him to be here, or maybe back in one of these bushes. Worst case is he gets up in that corner in those trees by that bunker, and that would be a very, very bad thing. And if I were him, that's where I would go. But one of the reasons I'm here is to hopefully see him, although I think he's going to be out of view range if he did it right, headed over there. So the longer it goes, the less we know about those old spots and where they might be. The Hellcat could be nearly anywhere. The artillery is probably sitting in the back in these low areas at the cap. So we're taking all this stuff into account. Again, I'm just waiting, looking back. Come on, Oni. Come on, 4502. The 4502 I thought was going to go right here. I'm not really sure which way he goes. What I'm hoping is that the Oni comes to my side. The 4502 goes low and right on the south side, and the T-49 comes in and offers some spots. Right now, it looks like the T-49 is making sure that the Hellcat doesn't come down the south road and for some reason jump on Cap. But as they start to get near, I'm going to go ahead and move up to this next bush. I feel like it's about that time to start looking for lights and figure out what's going on. So I'll move into these bushes. My concern is that maybe one of the TDs is sitting right here. There's no knockdown trees to help them with cover, so I suspect I'll see them if they're there, and I don't see them. I'm going to let my binocs kick off. Maybe I can catch one of them being silly over in those bushes in the back. That doesn't happen. Now I have the bunker up in that corner covered. That's the one I'm concerned about, that spot right there. But I'm not going to see them. Then all of a sudden the sturb gets lit. So good. So the sturb is there. I have a decent amount of hit points. I'm not too worried if I run into the Hellcat or the Arty. So we'll come this way. I know the sturb can't shoot or see me. I get a light on the 1550. He doesn't see me. I'll come in on these bushes. I know these bushes are pretty well covered. He would have to come around the corner. They hammered the 4502. So I'm going to come in here and see if I can't get rid of these guys. So we put a shot on him. Probably should have prioritized the Hellcat. That was a mistake. Because he's the only guy who's going to shoot again. There we go. And it looks like the artillery has given up. He just sits there. He dies to the 4502. And now I'll just take my fast scout. I don't cross the Cap just to leave a little bit of doubt as to which way I'm going for the sturb. He probably knows I'm coming right at him, but just to remove as much SA from this guy as possible. I know I can take a hit, and I have a kit, so I'm just going to actually go at this guy. I'm going to try to track him as I do this. Go right by him. Oh boy. There we go. And he's just staring at the 4502. I should have probably quartered backwards and put a shot into his track and through into his hole right there. So put myself about here, but I just accept that kind of shot there. I sort of forgot the GSOR's reload is so long. Thank goodness this guy didn't turn around. Then I tried for a ram kill, which was never going to happen. He actually did 157 to me, and I did, it looks to be 0 to him. Oh, I did 0. Looks like I did 0 with that ram and shaved 153 off of myself. So we got 5 kills, 2,905 damage, 1,090 assist with a combination of passive and active, moving from each one, looking at the entirety of the match and assessing what's going on and seeing where I needed to go in order to get the win. And, you know, working with what I had with the team, where they were going and what they were doing, especially at the end game with the very passive Oni and the 4502, who was probably not interested in dying because he'd lost some hit points trying to push up this ramp over here. But eventually we got this thing done. So hopefully that's some good essay for you guys on scouting. I hope you enjoyed that. That's all I've got for today. I appreciate you guys being patrons for the channel. It's really helped me get this stuff going. The channel has grown. It continues to grow. So thank you very much, and we will see you.